You even started? That's crazy. You're here, huh?
Introducing Smokehouse Barbecue.
Going to get Mom. I think she's letting Cola in. Come on, I go through this real quick. For some reason, the chat keeps screwing up on my phone. How's it going, Squirrel? I'm getting ready to go get Mom right now. Dusty is laying in the grass, loving it. You gotta watch out for people crawling out there, though. I think this is a good name. How's it going? I think this is a good name. I'm going to get my mom now, guys. Bitchy back in. She's on her way, guys. Yeah? Bring your pillow?
Yeah.
I'm flowering chicken. I'll be more active in a minute. Okay, Squirrel. I love your videos. Thank you. Here comes Mom. We've all been waiting for like 2 weeks. Squirrel and Donna and Ashley said hi.
Hi, ladies. How are you? Hi, everybody else. Yeah, I haven't been on. I'm telling you guys, my age is catching up with me because, and I really apologize for.
Turn that fan off. Okay.
I really apologize because I said I was going to get on, and I didn't. But I'm straight up being honest when I tell you that I really haven't felt good. And this is my 5th day, and I'm doing it anyways because Danny asked me again, and I have told you guys that I would get on. This is my 5th day that I've had a toothache. And I'm petrified of dentist. I mean, absolutely almost have a heart attack when I go to a dentist, so I'm suffering. But you guys are getting to see my bad hair day. Yeah, it's pretty crappy. But with my arthritis, I put it up the best I can, and if it looks like crap, who cares? You know, I've always told you guys that you see me as I am. I don't make it out to be anybody I'm not. I'm not perfect. I'm not pretty. I'm not anything. No. I'm just me. And it really does make me feel good that you guys like to chat with me. I mean, It totally amazes me, and you guys really make me feel good.
Ashley said her ghost said your name the other night.
Really? Now let me tell you what happened to me today. This really did happen. Danny and Brianna went to town earlier, and I had chicken nuggets in the oven, and I was sitting in the front room, and I just and I do this quite often. I ask God to keep His hands around me, and I ask my guardian angels and my spirit guides to watch over me and to keep their arms around me, keep evil from me. And I did this today after Danny and Brianna went to town. And as soon as I said it, I see a black shadow go across the front room door. And it's daytime and the sun's shining. So you would think that it wouldn't be as dark as it was. But I was like, oh, my spirit guide's here to watch me. So, it really made me feel good. So that's what happened to me today, Ashley, and ladies and gents. I know some people don't believe in that, but, Now, Danny and I, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before, thought the fridge went out.
Still think the fridge is going out.
It has been trying to go out, but it hasn't. Well, there was this big puddle of water in the floor, and at first I thought my dog hiked. I really did. I thought the dog went in there and hiked on the fridge, which he's never done before, but you never know. So I get down there and I do like this. I smell. I didn't put it on my nose, but I went, Danny, this ain't pee. This is water. And I don't know if our ghost had opened the freezer.
The top two shelves were thawing out, so.
But the only way for the water to get where it was, because it wasn't underneath the fridge, I stuck my hand under there. There was no water underneath the fridge.
It leaked down the side of the fridge.
I don't know how it got there, but I really did think my dog hiked. But it has been a blessing that the refrigerator hasn't went out yet. Because to be truthful and honest, we'd have to get another one, and it would kind of hurt us right now, but we'd have to do it. But yeah.
Joshua had a crazy guy that he thinks he was overdosing come running out his car today. There's a video that he put out. Oh shit, it just jumped away. Fucking sorry guys, I had to scramble back up to figure out where the fuck I am because it just jumped all the way down. I moved it one little bit and poof, we're all the way at the bottom.
And just so you know, I have my trusted ginger coffee with me. Gotta have that ginger, I love it.
Courtney said, that's the Donna. Dentist appointments suck, Joshua said.
Dentist petrified me. That's the only doctor that has ever petrified me is a dentist.
Hi. Oh, Purple Rain put, hi Mom, nice to meet you for the first time.
Oh, hi. Purple Rain?
Purple Rain.
I love it. Purple is my favorite color. I love the name. That's awesome.
And then Sharon put, hi Mom, you are a beautiful lady.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm just like you guys, only human. People don't understand. I know, and let me finish this.
And actually put, you're one sexy mama, Mom.
Thank you.
I'm trying to catch everybody's comments. If I miss something, please let me know. I'll try to figure out where it's at, but the chat moves a little fast sometimes.
I want you guys to know that I'm not conceited, and like I said, you guys see me as I am. I don't put on a front, I don't put on makeup. I do have eyeliner, if you guys can see it, but my eyeliner has been tattooed on by an RN. I had a registered nurse do mine. That's the only makeup I wear. Beauty, though, you guys, and there's a lot of beautiful men and women out there, and we all know this. I mean, they're beautiful. But what makes a person really beautiful
They're inside.
is their heart.
Yep.
You can be the ugliest person in the world, which is what I feel like. And I'm not fishing for compliments. That's how I feel. I'm human. But you can have a heart of gold and it makes you just absolutely beautiful. And that's the important thing. I don't care what anybody looks like. I don't care if people are fat. I don't care if they're a skinny mini like me. I don't care if they have scars. I don't care. You know, it's their hearts I care about. I don't care about anything else.
Donna said that she caught Keenan's sickness plus an earache.
Oh, bless your heart. I will pray for you, girl.
And then it jumped again. Purple Rain put, my fridge sounds like a chicken and my dogs go crazy.
You know what ours does? And it's really weird. It pops. It almost sounds like a gun goes off, like a pop gun.
It makes a weird noise.
But
But it's been doing it for like two or so years.
It makes a noise like a pop gun, and it does. It goes pop, you know, and you know it's the fridge, you know. But my mom always taught me. Now I don't know how you guys as moms taught you, or your grandmas, or anybody else. But my mother always taught me, you never replace anything until it's truly done.
And it's working. It's just, it's not working as good as it should.
You know,
we're going to have to get one probably this summer.
Probably, but, you know, like my mom, I used a vacuum cleaner, and this is the truth. My mom gave me a vacuum cleaner that I used as a kid. And my mom had it probably 15 years. And when she gave it to me, it worked just as good as the day she bought it. It was already 15 years old, and I used it for 15 years. And it was one of them canister round ones. You guys know what I'm talking about, the round ones, and everything was hard, you know, and you had to pull it with you. It's like having a turtle, and you're pulling around this back, but it worked. And it worked for 30 years, you guys, and it was a Kenmore. And if it works, you don't get rid of it.
Purple Rain said thank you for saying her name was cool, and then she
I
put
love it.
You're a beautiful person.
Oh, thank you. You'd be surprised. I have my days. My son will tell you. I have my days, you guys. And there's days. And I'm just straight up being honest with you. There's days I'm mean.
She's not normally mean. She's
I'm
just kind of a
mean.
pain in the ass.
I'm
It's
mean.
not. She's not really.
I'm hateful.
No, it's not really that. She doesn't really get hateful. She just becomes a pain in the ass sometimes.
I do that too.
More often than anything else. Like more than being a pain in the ass or a crabby, whatever you just said. Just sometimes a pain in the ass.
I do always try to.
Well, that's just everybody. Everybody has those days, for sure.
And, you know, I'm only human, just like everybody else. We all have our faults, and let me tell you, I have mine. I really do. I have days that I fight with Danny.
I'll just walk away from her, though.
He does.
I don't fuck care. I'll walk away.
He slams the door.
Her, my daughter, they'll go at it all damn day.
We headbutt a lot, Brianna.
I just walk away. It's like, okay, I'm not listening to you. Just walk away.
You know.
Sharon, we gotta catch up because we're getting
It's
behind.
normal to do things like that when you live
Sharon
in the same household.
Sharon put, I love coffee as well. About 3 blocks
Try ginger in it, Sherry.
About 3 blocks a day of extra, laughing out loud. And then Purple Rain put, absolutely right. Your heart makes the person you are.
You are so right, sweetie.
And then, let me see. Go ahead. You can talk. Let me find something.
We,
Everything would last back in the day. Things that were built back in the day are so much better than the crap we have nowadays. Like my dad still has one of the old vacuums over at the shop, and we could. If I ever sell the shop, that's coming over here. It's a shop vac.
It just, I got things from my mother, and I had my daddy's pitchfork at my house. I don't know if it's still there because my house, I don't check on it, and it's been robbed a few times. So I'm sure that things like that have disappeared, but I had things of my parents, and I'm telling you what, you guys, they have lasted forever.
Purple Rain said, "Me and my son buck heads."
You know, it's normal. It really is, but if it keeps happening, then something's wrong. You know.
We don't fight all the time. Usually it's because of her and Brianna.
And that's true. And I admit it, you guys, I'm not perfect. And we do butt heads. I won't go into what we butt heads about, but Brianna and I do butt heads. And I'm honest about it and truthful. Like I've told a lot of you guys.
If they strapped him down, he definitely went to the hospital. Go ahead.
I made a thing with myself a couple of years ago that, and it's been about a couple of years now, that I can do nothing but tell the truth. And sometimes that's really hard, but I made that deal with myself because I don't want to have to answer to God for not being truthful. So, but I wanted to share something with you guys. Last night I couldn't sleep, and I was going over memories in my head, you know, because I'm not dumb. I have a good memory. And I was remembering a time that Ted and I took both our boys and we went to the Tulsa Classic Treasure Hunt. And what that is people with metal detectors. And they get out in the field, and if you get so many tokens or something, you know, you're the number 1, number 2, number 3, you know. But they had a kids hunt. And Danny and Johnny was in it, and oh my gosh, Johnny only stood about this tall. I mean, he couldn't have been more than 4 or 5. And Danny was 2 years older, and they're in the kids hunt. And oh my gosh, it was chocolate, you guys, and you gotta figure this is Tulsa heat. Come on, Tulsa, Oklahoma can get, like Missouri, extremely warm, but they had chocolate out there. And all of a sudden, I looked around, and I went like this to Ted, and I said, Ted, look. I said, the news is covering the kids' hunt. And it was Channel 2 News from Tulsa. And they were videoing all the kids. So I just could not wait to get back to our motel that night to watch my kids on TV. And you know, it was the most fascinating thing I can remember, one of the things that we had done with the kids. But I got to see my kids on TV, and you guys, it was so thrilling. I mean, you know, little memories mean a lot. So hold on to them memories. I mean, they're important. But yeah, I remembered that, and I remember being so excited to get back to the motel to watch our kids on the news, and it was really, really cool. So, has that happened to any of you guys? Have you ever been on TV, or your kids been on TV or something that a newscaster actually did it, not, you know, where you go in and you sit down like you do on YouTube and stuff like that. Not that kind of video, but actually a news center who does it. Has that happened to any of you guys?
Alright, Squirrel put nobody is perfect, and Ashley put even kids are made different, laughing out loud. Hell, we used to run around and jump and act crazy and never hurt ourselves real bad, but nowadays it's like every little thing I have to take my kids to get an x-ray. Squirrel put on my hands are my hands are free of batter and flour. She's making something.
Oh, what are you making?
Shit, I just jumped. Just wanted to ask for some prayers for my son Brandon. It's personal.
Is that Donna?
Yeah.
You got it, Donna.
I
will do it.
There was this.
Pray for me too, please.
There was this lady there. There was this lady there after I stopped reporting, and she was yelling at my kids. As she was walking closer to the guy, and everybody backed up. I don't know. I'm lost. I couldn't ask for a better son though. He goes to work. This is Purple Rain. He goes to work and comes home. But there are days we do butt heads, especially when I know I'm right.
Absolutely, Mom. Absolutely. Because if I'm right, and once in a while I'm wrong, I admit it. But if I'm right, I'm standing my ground. I don't care how mad you get.
Kathy said her son was on Crime Stoppers.
Oh, wow.
As the person they were after, or as a person that was after somebody? That could be bad too. If your kids are Crime Stoppers, that could be bad or good. It depends on the.
Yeah, why was he on there?
It was a bad reason, Kathy?
Or was he there as a narrator?
He was the criminal.
Oh.
And then
well, you're honest. I can appreciate
Ashley
that.
But I'm always right, no matter if I'm wrong. I'm always right.
Right here, Ashley. Right here. This is Ted Parker made over.
Yeah, if you're gonna tell me I'm wrong, I'll just walk away from you because I'm right.
Right here. Ted was never wrong. And I don't care. That man was never wrong.
Have a good night, Purple Rain. Purple Rain said she's fixing to eat and go back to work. You guys have a good night.
Oh, well, have a good night. It was very nice to meet you. Love the name. But yeah, Danny. Yeah.
I'll let you win sometimes, like 1 out of every 100.
1 out of every 1,000.
No. I let people win. 1 out of every 100. So you got 99 more chances before you get a win again. I normally don't argue. I normally don't argue. I just walk away. To be honest.
And slams the door.
Yeah, if I slam the door, you know you made me mad.
And I do.
And sometimes it's not because I'm mad. Like if the heat's on in this house, if I just barely touch my door, as soon as it gets to that freaking where the air goes through the door, just so sometimes I don't slam it. It's the fucking heat. Now, if it's in the summertime, it's because I slammed it because the heat ain't on.
Right. Right. But and then there was another thing I wanted to share with you guys. We took the boys one time to Pigeon Forward.
Okay, Donna. Go ahead.
We took the boys one time to Pigeon Forward because another treasure hunting deal up there. This is up by Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains and all that. We went to all of that. But the boys were excited. They wanted to do a helicopter run because they had never done one. And and they're
I had never done one, and Johnny don't remember his because he was like 1 day old.
Yeah, he went to Cardinal Glennon in a helicopter, but yeah, they hadn't done it, and they wanted to go, and the tickets were like $30 a person.
I wish it was that cheap now.
Back then, that was expensive. When my kids
no, that was cheap.
Little, it was expensive because money was tight back then. But we decided to take them, and you know, I was sitting there thinking last night, I can still see the looks on my kids' faces when I think about it. They were so excited, so happy. They were thrilled. They were jumping. I mean, they got to do something they wanted to do. The only thing they didn't get to do was go to Dollywood. And they did want to go to Dollywood back then. They wanted to go, but we couldn't afford that. But
Shit.
and I wish we could have.
Me and Brianna took a helicopter ride last summer. Was it last summer?
I think it was summer before.
Maybe it's 2 summers ago. And just the long ride was like an hour. You're on it for like an hour. It was like, for both of us, it's like $250 a person.
It's
It's like $500 for an hour ride on a helicopter. Like, so
this
30
was it was only
bucks is
30
cheap.
It was only 30 minutes when we
Yeah,
took
but
our kids.
this was an
So
hour.
it was $10 an hour.
$10 every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes. And so it ended up costing us $120, which was expensive when you guys were little. That was expensive. But you know, it was worth it. Because the smiles and the excitement on their faces and everything. And then there was another time I was remembering, they had the balloons at my mom's church.
Oh, that was fun.
And Danny and Johnny had never been up
Johnny
in the
wasn't with
balloons.
us.
You know,
Johnny wasn't with
let
us.
me finish. They had never been up in them. Now Johnny didn't make it that day. He really didn't. Something came up. I don't remember what it was. But Danny came, and oh my gosh, the look on his face.
It was so much fun.
I mean,
And they didn't go, all it did was went up, and when the strings caught it, you come back down.
but
But I was still in a hot air balloon, so it was still cool as hell.
it just, sometimes when you see the looks on your kids' faces, you know, it's just things you don't forget. So try to keep those memories and keep them tucked in your heart. Yeah.
Squirrel put, I love helicopter rides. We flew in them all the time. And then Donna put, if I'm crying while I'm mad, you better run.
Yeah, me too.
Kathy said, Donna,
If
actually
I'm
put,
crying, you better get out of my way.
I took the kids to Dollywood last year, and it was $400 for all of us. It was not worth it to me.
We didn't take the boys. They did want to go to Dollywood, but we couldn't afford it back then. So we did give them the
Hi,
helicopter
Smiley.
ride.
Smiley's on.
Hi, Smiley.
And then Sharon put, please get that tooth taken care of, Mom. My son suffered a grand mal seizure last week due to his badly infected tooth.
Oh.
She won't listen. Anyways.
Pray
Yes,
for me.
I want to hear her story. So interesting. Orange Sharon. Oh, Sharon, that's awful. I don't know.
Whose story?
I don't know. Whose story are you wanting to hear, Kathy? Some story, I don't know.
Because I like hearing stories too. So if you guys have a story to share, please share it because I like hearing stories. But I was just, for some reason, my brain went back in time yesterday and I was going over my kids being little and the things that we used to do with them. We one time got the boys' motorcycles, dirt bikes, and one of them ended up being stolen that we bought. We didn't know it at the time, and we trusted the person that sold it to us. Oh my gosh, you guys.
My dad was going to kill that dude.
It was such a mess. Because cops came to our house, they tried saying our kids took it, and they tried saying Ted and I took it. And we bought it, we even had a bill of sale, and it was just a total mess. So, be careful if you're ever buying something. Make sure.
I told her I'd go to Rowlett and get some. I just haven't had a chance yet. I'm going to say get some clove oil.
Yeah.
Kathy said mom stories. She likes mom stories.
Aw.
So you telling stories.
You know, it's just memories that I have with my kids, and I do have a good memory. It's something the good Lord blessed me with, and I thought about everything that I did with my kids, what their dad did with them, what we did with them together. I remember we had a pie fight one time, you guys, with whipped cream. Oh, don't ever do that in your house. Oh, don't ever do that because
Oh man, that was so much fun though. Thank God I didn't have to clean that shit up.
we had a ball.
Because there was freaking whipped cream all over the house, all over the front of the house, on the trees, down the street.
Yeah, because there was fruit in the whipped cream, and it ended up in the front room, in the kitchen, Danny and Johnny at the time shared a room, and then we got Danny. He wanted to stay in the laundry room, and so we let him. But
I wanted my own room, so I didn't care.
you know, but yeah, it was in the bedroom, it was in the kitchen, it was in
How's
the
it going,
bathroom,
Daniel?
front room, outside. I mean, we cleaned up food forever, and it was horrible.
Daniel said hi.
Hi, Daniel. How are you? Have you got a story that you'd like to share?
Sharon said he's doing okay. He does have to take an anti-seizure medicine, and he doesn't like it as it makes him feel odd. Not to mention they took his license away. Oh, that sucks.
Oh. See, I haven't been able to drive because of my eyes, so I totally understand. When you can't drive anymore, you guys, it's horrible.
But the thing
Let
is,
me just put it that way.
more likely, but I'm going to let Brianna finish school here in Leasburg because it's just stupid to move out now. So probably in the next 2 years, we're going to move to Cuba. So if she wants to go somewhere, she'll be able to walk there.
Because I don't see good, but it's horrible when you can't do it anymore. So I understand because you feel like a freedom has been taken away from you. Well, it actually has. Because getting in your vehicle and going and doing what you want is your freedom. So when you can't do it anymore, it's gone, and it's nobody's fault. It's just gone. You know, because you don't want to hurt anybody.
Kathy said, whipped cream sounds like you've all had some good times.
We used to. Now, one time we got the kids a pig trough. And I don't know if you guys, some of you guys may not know what they are, but they're the 10
They're what they drink out of.
10 round tubs, but we got our boys one as a pool. Oh my gosh. Remember Billy and Johnny both went sliding into it and hit their faces, and oh you guys, it was horrible. I mean, they had blood all over them because they misjudged the distance.
And they got up and did it again.
Yes, they kept doing it again. Yep. And then I remember
Donna
one.
said you'll be able to walk to her house and see her when you move to Cuba.
Yes, I will. I miss you, Donna. I love you, girl.
She has to leave the couch first, Donna. You'll have to come see her.
That's true too, because I don't walk very good anymore at all. And I don't want to cry, but yeah, I have days. You know, but I was also going to tell you, and I think I have mentioned this before, the boys had went outside in the road, and they had built this ramp for their bikes.
Oh man, that sucked.
And they were having fun and doing all these things with their bikes on this ramp and off the end of it and everything, you know how boys are. Well, I finally looked out and seen what they were doing. I'm like, tear it down. You're going to get hurt. And I don't feel like going to the hospital. Next thing I know, here come Danny. Yep.
Where I messed up my arm was not in front of the house.
It was on the ramp.
But You didn't see that.
No, I didn't. I said I didn't see it. I said the next thing I know, here come Danny.
It happened in front of Billy's mom's house.
And the whole arm here on Danny.
My arm still got all them marks right there on my arm.
Oh, you guys.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a bunch of marks on my arm right there. They're all from that.
Oh, it was bad. And I went straight up to the doctor because they had Dr. Modad in there. Modad?
Nobody knows who the doctor is.
But anyways, I believe his name was Modad, was in there. And he took Danny straight back and stitched him up and everything. And they had to put this bag in there so it would drain. So the tube hung out. Oh my gosh, Danny would not leave that tube alone. Took out his stitches. I mean, what do you do as a mother? You hope and pray that everything goes okay, but you freak out at the time too, you know. My kids were daredevils, you guys. I mean, if somebody said, let's do something stupid, my kids did it. They did.
When I broke my foot, they're like, you need to wear this cast for like 3 months. I think I wore it for 3 weeks. And then I cut the fucker off.
I don't even think he wore it 3 weeks.
I know I wore it for at least 3 weeks because it stunk.
You know,
like 3 weeks in, I was like, just cut it right off. My mom's like, what happened to your cast? I was like, I cut that fucker off.
And then he complained. His foot hurt. And he still does to this day, you guys.
Well, my foot was always going to hurt. Once you break a bone, you're always going to have arthritis. That just happens.
You know, but, yeah. If it was something you weren't supposed to do as a kid, my kids did it. They absolutely did. I'm not one of them parents that sits back and says, my kids were perfect, because you know what, they weren't. I ain't met a perfect kid yet. I'm still waiting.
Everybody's talking to Sharon about her kid, and she put, thank you all for your kind words. Who just got a promotion with a company truck and gas card, and now he can't drive. When it rains, it pours sometimes. I told him God has other plans for him.
That's right. That's right, Mom. Keep lifting him up. Great job.
There's 3 or 4 cities in America named Cuba.
We're in Missouri.
But I said, we're going to move to Cuba probably in 2 years when Brianna finishes high school. And she's like, you're going to move to Cuba? I don't think she realized we're Cuba, Missouri.
Right. Yeah. That's really odd. I was remembering when we were at the Lost Treasure Classic in Tennessee, because we went to the one in Tulsa too. They moved around every year.
I liked Indiana's the best.
But we were in Tennessee.
Treasure hunt. Treasure week in Indiana was always the best.
Now I lost track of what I was going to say.
Something about that.
Must not have been important. But we stayed in Pigeon Forge. What was I going to say? This is it. I had to think about it. Talk and think at the same time is not good. But yeah, we were from Cuba.
That's where we grew up.
They had a map, you know, of where all the treasure hunters, the ones that were signed up to do the competitions and stuff, you know, and with their metal detectors. They had this map up of where everybody was from. And we met Roger Donald. And he lived in Stillville, you guys. But we didn't meet him until we were in Tennessee. And it's really odd that you meet somebody that lives 8 miles from you.
Well, when we went to Florida...
But you meet them in a different state. It's weird.
We went to Florida. Donna might remember this, but when we went to Florida, we got on this submarine. My dad found this big-ass submarine, and we were allowed to walk on it. And one of the guys that was on the submarine was from Rolla.
I mean, it's weird.
And we were, like,
happened.
almost to Florida.
Yeah. And then there was a time...
I think he was from Rolla. Maybe it was still... It was one of the towns around here.
I used to have this friend. His name was Anton. He's still my friend. We still talk and chat. But I went to Minnesota, and this has been a few years back, and it was really weird because we went to their fall festival. It's called Tall Timber, and I went to that, and I met the guy there that had his goats and stuff there, and he was from St. Louis, and I'm like, this is amazing. You know, I talked to him for like 20 minutes.
We stayed and talked to the guy on the submarine for probably over an hour.
But it's really weird
Like
how
he had some interesting stories from this area.
Yeah, you'll go on vacation or something and you'll meet somebody that's from where you are and you're like, wow, ain't this weird? You know? So
Cuba's the gateway to the Ozarks, so it's
Yes.
actually pretty known in Missouri.
almost the middle of the United States.
Yeah, it's like 15 miles off from the middle of the United States.
Yeah,
So it's a gateway to the Ozarks.
yes. But yeah, you know, when you sit and you go back over memories and you think about things and sometimes the odd stuff that happens and the really funny stuff you didn't like. But there's sad things too. I was telling Danny, and I believe you guys, the last time I was on, my aunt had a car accident and hit a tree doing 85 miles an hour with us kids in it. And I remember being in the hospital, and I remember, and it sounds funny, you guys, but this really happened. I seen myself on top of the ceiling looking down at me. And I wasn't critical like my aunt and my sister, and I won't mention her name, you know, just to protect her, but my sister. But something must have happened because I was looking down at myself. So maybe my heart stopped or something. I don't know. I was a kid. I was young. I was a teenager. But I did see myself looking down on me. You know, and then all of a sudden it was whoosh, like whoosh. I was back in my body. You know, things happen like that.
That happened when she was really young.
I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I was young, like 12 or 13. But old enough to understand that I was looking at myself. I mean, you know, how do you...
My son is going bonkers.
I mean, explain it. How do you be on the ceiling looking down at yourself? And you're seeing yourself laying on this gurney, you know, in the hospital corridor.
Squirrel said her son's going bonkers. Turn on some Ryan Upchurch, he'll be good. Her son loves Ryan Upchurch.
Oh.
The other day I was playing it on my lot, playing something of his on my live, and apparently he got up, he got in trouble. He heard it playing on like she was listening to my live and he got up. It said something, I don't remember what she said he said. Get him or something, because Ryan was playing.
How old is he?
I don't know, 5 I think.
5?
Your son's 5, right? Squirrel? I think so.
How precious.
Is it a full moon tonight? Because my kids are being brats also, Ashley said. Laughing out loud, nope, not this time. He got into the coffee. Oh, yeah. And she said, yeah, he's 5. I thought he was 5, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Oh my gosh, you guys, one time my boys, and I might have shared this with one of the first lives that I've ever done.
Now I'm podcasting my lives, so this is mine and your first podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because you get more views if you put podcasts in your live. I did not know that, guys. So if you're doing a live with somebody, put podcast in it and you'll get more views.
Oh. But anyways, my kids were little, and Ted and I didn't want to get up one morning. We weren't bodeo-doing. We just were tired. And we didn't get up with the boys. Johnny was like 16 months old, and Danny was like 3 or 4. The boys got so mad at us, and this is absolutely the truth, you guys. They got so mad because Ted and I wouldn't get up. They took every condiment out of the kitchen, out of the refrigerator, mixed it all together, and painted the house with it. I mean, everything. Eggs, mustard, ketchup, relish, whatever they could put in this bowl and mix it up like paint. They put it in there and then painted the whole house with it. You guys, my house stunk for months because they were so mad because we didn't get up. I guarantee, and taught Ted and I, one of us better get up or we're going to have our house painted again with food. And the boys did that. I mean, they were ornery little cusses. Yeah. They were ornery little cusses.
I was good most of the time. Once
I
get older, I was a lot better. Like, once I got to, like, my 14, 15, I was pretty good. But up until that point,
they were
if I could get away with it, I was doing it.
That is the truth. If it can be done, my kids did it. I'm telling you. My heart was always racing. What the kids do today? What the kids do today? What the kids do today? You know, it's just how they were. I mean, they were boys. They were active, and they did it. I mean, they absolutely did do it. You know?
I think the only thing that really pissed my parents off that my brother did, and he did it throughout the whole front room. Dad had these really sharp swords, and they were about, this long. They had like a real sharp point on them.
Grounded.
And he went through the whole front room and just stabbed it in the ceiling.
All the way through the roof, you guys. Through the ceiling, through the attic, up to the roof. And I mean, it caused us a lot
Needless
of
to say, my dad put a very thick roof after that and put drop ceiling in, so if it happened again, it would only go through the drop ceiling. It wouldn't go through the rest of the roof.
It was because he got grounded and couldn't go with us. So that's what he did. He took his dad's swords and stabbed the roof. I can't tell you how many times. I mean, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. We had to put on a new
How's it going, Stoner?
And everything else because of that.
Not going too bad, thank you.
Like I said, if my kids could do it, they did it.
My brother and my brother Billy and my little brother Johnny threw a bowling ball through the front room window once.
Yep.
They were fighting over it, and I don't remember if Johnny got it or Billy got it, but they were pissed off, so once they got it, they just threw it through the fucking window.
Yep, we had to replace the whole door. I mean...
All right, Joshua.
They did ornery things that kids do, you know. I usually don't share a lot of it with my grandkids because I don't want my grandkids to try some of the things that my kids did.
I'd kill my kids if they did shit I did.
But, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It just, my kids are amazing, but I'm telling you, they gave me many a close heart attacks because of the things they did, you know.
Wait for my freaking computer just shut down. You're good.
Just crashed it.
No, it shut down.
Sometimes if you don't move
I didn't move the mouse fast enough.
Yeah, it does that. But yeah, kids do things. They do ornery things. Tell me some of the stuff that your kids have done.
Stoner said he's drinking, making pasta sauce, chilling. So I'm guessing he's getting ready to make something with his pasta sauce.
Oh, I wish I was at your house. I love pasta.
I don't want any pasta here.
Pasta, pretty much of any kind, I will eat.
Yeah, I will not.
I mean, and I'd be lucky if I'd share with you. I might give you a bite. So you might not want to invite me over if you have pasta. Because I'd want it all. And a lot of times when I make mac and cheese here, I eat all, you guys. Because, well, the kids will eat it when I make it the first day. Danny don't ever touch it.
Yeah, I'm not. But
I end up eating the rest, and I'm telling you what, I don't regret it. call me a pig or whatever you want. I'm not bad or anything,
I
as
think
you
we're
guys
gonna.
can see.
I think we're gonna make.
But
I want to talk to my mom into making hot dog casserole again next week. Because I'm not buying that shit. I'll let her pay for it. Freaking Velveeta cheese is expensive.
it's expensive. Yeah, it's like we're close to $10 after.
Like if you didn't have to put Velveeta cheese in it, it'd be pretty cheap.
But you can't make hot dog casserole without Velveeta cheese.
Yeah.
You
If you guys
can't do it.
weren't here, it's in my live. It's on one of my lives. How to make hot dog casserole the way my mom makes it. Yeah. So if you want to ever make hot dog casserole,
And in
it's in my
that
live.
recipe, I forget to tell you guys. I think I mentioned it, but I'm going to retell you again here in case anybody goes and re-looks at it. You need cream of mushroom soup and cream of chicken soup. Both. I just wanted to put that out there. So,
It's always 50-50 with the kids. They either love it or refuse to eat it. Yeah, pretty much.
I have to say here, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, straight up honest. So I might get a chewing. But it's like 95% here.
About what? Brianna eats everything we make.
No.
Yes, she does.
Okay. But yeah, they're not too much I won't eat. But there is certain things, like Danny and Brianna love bologna. I'm sorry, you guys. You couldn't get me to touch it with a 10-foot pole. I ain't eating that crap.
All right, Donna. Bye.
I had to eat it as a kid, and I didn't like it then. But my parents didn't have a lot of money, and they had 7 kids. And bologna back then was super cheap. And if they bought it, you ate it. Back then, you ate it whether you liked it or not. And yeah, I won't touch that stuff.
Squirrel put there was a glitter incident, and my son also took red food coloring in the bathroom and tried to cook in the bathtub. Thank God for bleach.
Oh. Have any of you guys ever had your kids take condiments and food out of the refrigerator and try to paint the house with it? Because I've seen some where kids get chocolate syrup and stuff like that. I've seen some videos where some other kids have done the same thing, and my kids did it, and they did. And you didn't have video cameras and stuff like that back when my kids were little.
It would probably be really good. I never thought about that, but putting it on a smoker. He said, I haven't had hot dogs in a hot minute. I'll check that out. Sounds like something to throw on the smoker. I bet a hot dog casserole on a smoker would probably be really good.
No, it dried out.
No, not if you couldn't put it in there for like 10 hours. Put it in there for like just long enough for the hot dogs to cook. I think it'd be all right.
No, because you got to do the noodles and the hot dogs together. You dry it out.
Well, maybe.
You couldn't put that in a smoker.
No, this depends.
Yeah. That. No. Wouldn't
Donna's
work.
leaving. Keenan wants to watch a movie.
Oh, okay. Well, bye, Donna. I will
family.
keep Brandon in my prayers. What's going on with him? Is there something?
She ain't gonna tell us on here. So if you want to know, you have to message her. Danielle put meatloaf. My mom's meatloaf recipe also on my lives. We did that like I want to say
One
like
of the first.
2 or 3 months ago. So you have to go back. But at least I don't do a whole lot of lives, so it'd be easier to find. But yeah, that's what on here too.
Yeah, my kids love my meatloaf. And my ex-husband did too. He used to always come over and I'd say, Ted, it's so
For a bologna
expensive.
sandwich. Oh shit. Stoner put out murder someone for a bologna sandwich. He likes bologna apparently. I like bologna too, so. My mom loves bologna. It's her favorite thing to not like.
I can smell that crap. I have peripheral smelling. And if Danny and Brianna go in the kitchen and get that out of the refrigerator, you guys, I can instantly smell it and I'm in the front room. but I can smell it, and I'm like, you're having bologna. Now, there is one thing that I do that I know I really aggravate Brianna and Danny, and I don't mean to, but I know it does, because every time they go in the kitchen to get something, I'll say, what are you getting? And it's not because I want to know what they're getting. It's because I want something too. So I'll be like, well, what are you getting? What are you having? And I know that's probably really aggravating to them, because it probably would be to me too, you know, but it's just something that I do because at the time I want something too, so I'll ask them what they're having, and they say, bologna, you want some? And I'm like, no.
Squirrel, but I did as a kid, I would take all the ketchup and squeeze it on the floor for the dog Ralph.
Oh my gosh, it brings back a memory. Remember your dad giving Whiskers the beer?
I don't even remember Whiskers, Mom. What was I, 2?
Oh, he gave my puppy Whiskers, little female terrier. He gave her beer because he liked to see her walking.
How's it going, Justice?
And stuff. Oh my gosh, we used to fight over that.
Justice said hi.
Justice?
Yeah, she said hi.
Hi, Justice. How are you today? Anything interesting going on in your life you'd like to share?
Squirrel's son said hi.
Oh, hi, sweetheart.
How about, we do not have a taco recipe up there, but I made my homemade tacos the other day, but I didn't video it.
No, you made burritos.
Or homemade burritos, but I didn't video it.
Oh, you guys. They were the bomb shizzle.
We still have 6 of them in there. We can have that for a meal this week.
They were.
You'll love the recipe, Kathy. My mom's meatloaf recipe is freaking amazing. She said I'm gonna have to look for that recipe. It's on my lives. Have a good night, Sharon.
I had to pretty much teach myself to
Sharon's
cook.
leaving.
Bye, Sharon. Have a good night. I had to pretty much teach myself to cook because when my ex-husband used to tell people I couldn't boil water, I'm telling you guys, he wasn't lying. But he didn't teach me to cook either. You know, he always said he did, but he didn't. He'd say, oh, go in, trial and error. So
that's how I learned how to cook.
So a lot of times, I would call my mom up and ask her a question or two, and then I'd get her opinion. And then I'd call up Georgianne, which was Ted's mom, and I'd get her opinion. And then I'd call Grandma Parker and get her opinion. That woman could cook. I'm telling you.
I was.
And then I'd put them all together.
How old do you think I was when
all
she
their
passed?
suggestions.
Like 10 or 12?
Well, you were 10 when my dad passed. And I'm trying to remember if Grandma Parker passed before my dad.
I think it was after your dad, like
but I
a
think
couple
she
years.
was after my dad.
And so I was like 12 probably when my Grandma Parker died. 12, 13 years old. And I still to this day, I'm going to be 44 in July, guys. I still to this day can taste the chicken that woman made. My mom makes it close, but it's just not the same. My mom's chicken's fucking amazing. And it's made similar to hers because my grandma taught my mom how to make that chicken.
Yeah, I would call up my mom, Ted the mom, and Grandma Parker, and put it all together.
Still to this day, can taste that woman's chicken. It was awesome. She could cook.
She was just phenomenal.
And if you just ate, like if you left your house and you just ate, you weren't leaving her house without eating.
That's right.
It didn't matter. You're eating.
She would talk to you for an hour so that you would have room for food in your belly. And even though you didn't want it, you ate it because you
didn't want to make her mad.
You didn't want to hurt them old timers.
Oh, she was amazing.
Such an amazing woman. Them.
Such an amazing woman.
Which is something that's not in the world
Playing sorry all the time. She loved sorry.
Oh, yeah.
But when she lost, she was mad.
Oh, yeah. And you couldn't take her color either.
She had to be red.
Because she would not play the game if she didn't get the color she wanted. But amazing woman, absolutely. I have nothing but praise to say about her. I have to tell you guys, my mother-in-law, God rest her soul, was the bomb. I mean, she was totally amazing. I hear people talk about mother-in-laws all the time now, you know, about how they this and this and this and this and this. Mine was awesome. Never caused me a problem but one time. The whole 20 years Ted and I was married.
Justice put, I'm good. I did some cleaning, but what I did that I enjoyed playing with the dog with the ball since it's nice out.
Yeah. I just
Stoner put, nowadays it's so easy to learn. Way back it was harder, but now there are so many outlets to learn to cook. But even folks today don't teach their kids to cook. I learned and started getting really into it when I was like 25. And then he put, Grandma's chicken is always the bomb. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I taught myself how to cook. Like my mom and dad did not teach me how to cook.
No, we didn't. We told them the stove was in there.
They would say, this is what we have in there, and figure it out. And
each of them had a cook day. I made my kids cook.
We'd go in there
once a week.
We'd cook, and I don't think there was too many times we threw the food away. I'm sure there were some, but for the most part, I learned how to. I was a really good cook. But now I'm trying to learn my mom's recipes. That way, when I'm gone and my mom's gone, my kids will have their grandma's recipes because they'll be on my channel.
Right.
And you guys will have it. So.
But it's okay, you know, if you guys have a recipe or something out there, put it in the comments because Danny and I will try it out. We're always looking for something different. But just don't make it bologna.
Ashley put, you can make bologna, I'll try it. Just because my mom won't, don't mean I won't. Ashley put, I miss my grandma's gravy and homemade biscuits.
You know, Aunt Quincy.
Oh my gosh, Aunt Quincy.
Was
homemade
the
biscuits.
Gravy and homemade biscuits.
Man.
And that's Grandma Parker's sister.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That woman could cook a biscuit like melt in your mouth.
They did melt in your mouth. I mean, them ladies.
But here's the thing with Aunt Quincy.
Were awesome.
You'd want to just eat the biscuits. And she's like, no, you have to put the gravy on there. You can't have a biscuit without gravy. So, yeah, you weren't allowed to eat the biscuits. You had to have the gravy on there. And she was the same way. If you come over and you just got done eating, nope.
You couldn't.
You're going to sit there for an hour until you eat.
Yep. And then she'd get out sherbet. And you
or pecan rolls.
That was Grandma.
No, that was Quincy. Aunt Quincy had pecan rolls too.
But
and woman loved pecan rolls. Like you couldn't go to their house without you're eating a pecan roll. Even if you weren't
banana.
Even if you weren't eating food, you're eating a pecan roll or a banana. Yes.
Or sherbet.
Or sherbet.
Quincy was a sherbet person. Yeah, I mean, everybody had to have some sherbet.
She was amazing.
You know,
I think she died before Grandma, didn't she? Or no, a year or so later.
It
was like a year later.
They all three, Aunt Quincy, Grandma, and Aunt Lillian. Aunt Lillian was the veggie maker of this.
I didn't really know her.
I took care of Aunt Lillian for a while, and oh my gosh, that lady. You guys, I'm a veggie eater. I'll eat any veggie there is. I mean, I don't care if you want some or not. You're lucky if you get a spoonful here. I don't care what veggie it is, I'll eat it. And Lillian is the third sister, and she always did veggies. She would steam them and just cream them and just, you know, the way they did it back then was so amazing. But you couldn't go to her house either without eating, and her thing was cake. She always had cake. They each had their own treat.
I don't really remember her.
You know,
I couldn't even I could picture.
But it's amazing.
I could picture my Aunt Quincy and my Grandma Parker. I could see their faces clearly.
Oh yeah.
Aunt Lillian's, I didn't really know her. I knew her, but I didn't know her. If that makes sense.
I was blessed to. This is on Ted's side, you know, my ex-husband, but I'm telling you, I was blessed to have them women in my life because they were amazing. Just absolutely amazing women. Strong, believed in God, and amazing. You couldn't help but love them.
Stoner put, the only ice cream I eat is sherbet. So delicious.
I like sherbet. I absolutely
It's
do.
fucking expensive, though.
But yeah, how can you afford anything anymore?
Fuck, everything's expensive.
Yes.
Swirl put, I only eat ice cream. Only ice cream I eat is Bluebell. And then Justice put, my great grandma's cooking, I enjoyed it. I can do myself as over easy eggs with butter bread. How she did it looks simple, but never the same if they don't make it. Exactly.
True.
Like I said, my grandma made the best chicken in the frickin' world. Like literally, you could touch it and it'd fall off the bone. And my mom's is really close, but it's not there. Grandmas just make things different.
They do, because my grandmother
Like
taught
her
me a
mother,
lot. Homemade
we
bread.
used I'm not even talking about that. It was when Joe was still alive, which is her stepdad, which I consider her dad because that's the guy that raised her.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Joe and my grandma, which is my mom's mom, they'd make turkey. We'd go over there for turkey every year, and that turkey, I don't know what they did, but that shit was amazing. Like it, I can't even explain it. It tasted, it was sweet.
It was not like anybody else's turkey. And my mom never gave up that recipe.
Yeah.
Any recipe I asked for, she gave me, but not the way she did her turkey.
Oh my gosh, that turkey was amazing.
And it was. It always had.
Thank you, Kathy.
Had like a sweet taste.
Kathy's
to it.
like $9.99. She said, I'm getting hungry.
Aww.
Thank you, Kathy.
Oh, thank you. That was very nice of you. Danny appreciates it. It helps him put gas in the car and give you guys videos.
I don't ask for it, though. You don't have to ever, but I appreciate it.
It's very nice of you.
In general, I must have missed some. Hold on, I gotta go back.
Don't forget, you guys, try my ginger coffee. Make your coffee like you normally would,
Coffee's
and put
nasty.
a fourth of a teaspoon of ginger in it. Oh, you guys, it's amazing. It's really good.
Coffee's gross. Yuck.
No, it's really good.
It's
Try
really
it.
gross. Anything that has coffee in it's nasty. In general, the price have not gotten better. I was really hoping over time food prices would slowly drop, but if anything, they keep going up. I agree, Star, all the time. Like they never. It's like they go up faster than the gas.
Yes.
It's like
And
holy
you know,
crap.
You guys, I must say this, and it's just being honest, but it's ridiculous. We spend so much for food that just totally comes right back out.
Yeah,
But we gotta have it.
exactly why they tasted better. Stoner put, making it from scratch is key. That's why all their cooking tasted different. All that effort, time using ingredients, making scratch makes truly amazing food.
Yes, it does.
And that's why their food was so great. Like everything was cooked the night before and warmed up throughout the whole day.
And I'm a spice person, and a lot of times Danny, because if we're doing a video or something, he'll say, Mom, what spices do you put in there? And I just start lining it up, and he goes, you use all of them? Oh yeah, that's what gives it flavor. But you learn with cooking yourself and learning things from elderly people. You guys, they have some valid points in their cooking and stuff. Don't ever think that somebody, just because they're older, doesn't know anything, because they're not dumb. And they can teach you a lot.
But it's like butter and raspberry jam on toast with my great-grandma. And my grandma is homemade blueberry muffins. I don't have to stuff for it. Yeah, that sounds good. The lady across the street from where my mother lived.
Yum.
Miss Hall.
Miss Hall, yeah.
Miss Hall. she would make this banana rice.
And the boys wouldn't share with
like,
me ever.
She'd make it once a month for all of us kids that lived in the neighborhood. And
Just the kids.
There was like 20 of us that lived in the neighborhood I grew up in. And once a month she'd make it because it was like $100 to make this. Because she'd make it for all the kids.
Yeah, the adults didn't.
She'd give us a bowl, once a month. It's banana rice. It was rice with banana rice pudding, like, is what it was. And the parents would always be like, "Can we try?" Oh no!
They wouldn't give us any.
Nobody shared. Like the parents didn't get any.
No.
Because I only got it once a month. I'm not sharing with anybody else.
They got pretty big bowls, you know, but she really did. She was awesome. At my house.
Oh man, I wish I knew the recipe, and I could probably go by there and she'd give it to me because
she's older now.
She's like in her 80s now, probably.
Oh yeah, she's up there.
I seen her a couple months ago, so I know she's still alive.
Awesome lady.
Freaking amazing lady. It took me many years to be able to understand her because she was from
Korea.
No.
Philippines.
Philippines. She was from the Philippines, and she could speak English, but it was real fast, like real fast English.
Yeah.
So it took me like 4 or 5 years, but once I realized I could keep up with her words, and I got to know her, she was amazing. And her husband, Mr. Hall, super awesome guy.
Yeah.
Always would sit with us kids and tell us his stories back when he was in the war and shit.
Oh yeah.
He was such a good guy. I don't know if he's alive still because I haven't seen him in a long ass time.
I don't know either.
I know the mother is because I seen her a couple of months ago, but
Right.
I don't know about him.
But in the neighborhood, back then,
how's it going, Crystal?
all the parents would have the kids over, and I'm telling you what, you guys, it was nothing for me to have 15 to 20 boys at my house every day, every other day. Ted put up a basketball hoop, and I'm telling you, when it was summertime, and this is the truth, I got tired of tripping over kids in my house. I mean, my house was small. It was like 2.5 bedrooms because Danny was in the laundry room, so I called that the half. You know, but 2.5 bedrooms, and then the front room and the kitchen and the bathroom. And I would get up of a nighttime, and you know, when you're just there by yourself, you can walk through the house, you can be in your underwear and your t-shirt, and it doesn't bother you, you know. My t-shirts were always long enough, you know, they covered my underwear and stuff, so I didn't have to worry about my boys.
Some stuff people don't need to know.
Well, I didn't have to worry about my boys. But a lot of times, you guys, I would get up, and there'd be 15 boys all over my kitchen, all over my front room, in Johnny's room, in Danny's room. There were kids everywhere. I was always glad when it became summer because we could pop up the camper and they could sleep in the camper. I mean,
okay, we got a lot of catching up. Everybody, hold on. We got to let me catch up. Stunner put a lot of health benefits with ginger for sure. And Squirrel put, I miss my aunt's homemade bread.
Oh, my mama was the
Her mom can make homemade bread too. I remember that.
Oh, yeah,
her mom
it smelled so good.
Homemade bread, but I got to catch up. So, yes, you got to have proper spice. So many people just be using salt and pepper. Yeah. Just got here. I've caught alive with Mom. Crystal said hi.
Oh,
and she's
hi, Crystal.
happy she caught alive with you. Yeah,
Oh,
like
hi.
most have fresh garlic and roasted. Agree, Stoner. And without her stuff for it, I wouldn't eat blueberry muffins. It's nasty without hers.
We do get used
Holy
to
crap!
their
I just
cooking.
jumped. Well, look, I gotta go back, guys. Go ahead.
That is really true. We get used to the way our mothers did it and our grandparents did it, and you know, everybody does things differently. And Grandpa used to grill outside, you know, then Daddy grilled outside, and then my husband, when I was married, grilled outside, and they all did it differently. But you know, the younger you are, you learn by each and every one of them how the men did it, what they added to the meat and stuff. Now, like Danny has always said, the best one that he ever liked was Bobby Watcher.
Oh my gosh, that
That
dude.
man could cook.
It was one of my dad's best friends, and he'd go fishing like once a week, go frogging, gigging, fishing, whatever they caught, turtle, whatever they caught.
Yes.
And they'd go once a week, and then at the end of the week, he'd have a fish fry, and he'd invite like 100 people over. It's like there was crowds of people, and this dude would cook the whole night
For everybody.
for everybody that showed up, and you could bring whoever you wanted. He didn't care. And oh my gosh, everything he made was amazing. Like
he made hush puppies that melted in your mouth. And this is a man.
this dude was I'm sorry. I love my great grandma, or my grandma, sorry. It'd be my kid's great grandma. My grandma. No, it'd be my great grandma. My great grandma Parker. I loved the way she cooked, and she's one of the best cooks in my lifetime. And she didn't cook as good as Bobby did.
Bobby Watcher
Like this dude was amazing,
awesome.
Amazing cook.
Yes. And he did it outside. He cooked it all outside. And he cooked it over grease and a fire. And I'm telling you what, you guys.
Lisa said hi.
Hi, Lisa.
Bree's in the other room, but I'll let her know that you said hi, Lisa.
Yeah, Bobby Watcher was.
Oh my! Best cook in my lifetime.
That man could cook, and that's just all there was to it.
And
his food was the bomb.
I love my mom's cooking, but he was just on a whole nother level of cooks.
I mean, for a man, I'm telling you, he could have been a chef.
Yeah,
he was good.
And he'd cook for everybody, usually like 100 people every time he had a dinner.
And sometimes more, and people would be driving down the street, and he'd just stop them and give them a taste or something. I mean, so kind.
He did that. He was
kind.
He would always
generous.
bring plates out to people while driving down the road. Hey, here's a plate. Take it home and eat it.
Here, take this home, you know.
Because when they'd go fishing, they'd catch 300-400 fish. Every week he'd have a big dinner at his house and invite everybody over.
You know,
it wasn't even in the summer. The winter we'd be like he bought that big freaking garage there. He built that garage so we could have it in the every week we were having dinner at Bobby's house.
He did do that. I forgot about that, you know, because Ted and I had divorced. But yeah, Bobby was doing it in his garage. But yeah, awesome. It's really sad that Bobby couldn't have cooked for a lot of people because the man was good. I mean, he could have been a chef. Another
guy that wasn't. My dad was an amazing cook. He was.
Yes.
But I don't put him in the top 5 of cooks in my life. But my Uncle Jeff.
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh, that man! If it was on the grill, that man could cook it.
Yes, he could.
And the best thing he cooked was this. He took corn and he wrapped it in this foil with butter and onions, cabbage in the corn, and wrap it all up and then cook it on the grill.
That stuff
man.
Melted in your mouth. I didn't even want the meat. I just wanted the veggies.
Most people would eat the corn before the meat.
Yes.
That's how good it was.
Yes.
Like, and you don't normally do that when you go to a grill cook.
And he also could make hot wings. You guys.
Hella cook.
You'd be wanting more. I mean, he was really good. Yeah, I do agree with you too on Jeff.
Like, and if Bobby and Uncle Jeff would get together and cook, oh my gosh.
You'd be waddling away.
Yeah, you weren't leaving there full. If you left there hungry, it's your own fault. It was your own fault.
You guys.
But Uncle Jeff and Bobby, when they cooked together, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
They were awesome. They were.
And if you ever left Bobby's house and you were hungry still, it's your own fault.
Now the one person I have to say that I think of when the kids were growing up that could make grilled chicken the best was Rick Turnbull.
No, nobody can make better grilled chicken than Grandma Parker.
No, he made it on the grill.
Oh, grilled chicken.
Outside barbecue.
I don't really remember Uncle Rick making a whole lot of things.
I have to give kudos to Rick Turnbull because he was the best. And Chicken is one of my favorite foods, and not too many people could make it the way I would eat it. But Rick Turnbow could. I mean, he made that chicken on the grill, and it just melted in your mouth, and it was barbecued, and it was seasoned just right. He put beer on it. I can't even. He used pickle juice. I mean, it was just awesome chicken. So kudos to Rick Turnbow too.
I know it's jumped a lot, guys, so I'm missing some of your messages. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep up with. But I think Stoner said he makes his own sauce. Or somebody makes their own sauce.
Whoever makes their own sauce, put it in the comments because I'll try to make it up and I'll have Danny barbecue.
We need to all meet at Danny's and cook our favorite dishes. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
You guys are more than welcome here. I have this house and the property next door, so there's plenty of room. In the wintertime, that probably wouldn't be a good idea because it'd be cold if you ended up over in the other room. But in the summertime, there's plenty of room.
Yeah.
Like that building over there is bigger than my house, and my house is a 3-bedroom house. So.
Yeah, and it has a dining room and a kitchen.
It's small. My house is small compared to the building across the street that I own. So there's plenty of room.
Yes.
And
I'd love to hear other people's ideas. I mean,
Stoner, I make my sauce like 6 to 8 hours from my ZITI.
ZD.
City? I don't know what that means. I just love good food, is what Squirrel said.
Yeah, me too, Squirrel. I mean,
And Smiley said she makes homemade sauce also.
Hey, if you wouldn't mind sharing the recipe, put it in the comments and Danny.
Don't put it in the comments here though, because then we won't see it. Put it in a comment like on a video or something.
Yeah, and Danny and I will try it out. Or if you have a video out there of your own sauce, tell us where to go and look at it. We'll try it out.
Stoner put, I'd get addicted to cooking for other people. Laughing out loud. Can't do that. Wife would murder me.
Love it. I love you guys' honesty. You guys are the bomb. I can appreciate talking to people who are honest. I love it. I love it because so many people make up crap. I mean, why make up crap? Talk about your life. Talk about what you really do.
Squirrel said she makes homemade Alfredo sauce.
I love Alfredo. Oh my goodness, chicken Alfredo.
Stoner put it so much better than bottled crap. When you make it homemade.
Yeah, now I'm wanting to know what you do.
Yeah.
So come on now. Anything's better than what we get in a bottle, but sometimes we get in a hurry and we buy it in a bottle. I mean, sometimes like I said, I use a lot of spices, and Danny, he'll point it out to me before we even go on a live. He'll say, Mom, do you really need all these? But that's what
I don't know what
the taste of your food.
I'm totally lost on what you're talking about, Crystal. Crystal, this isn't even a joke. I made them one morning. I don't know what she made. And my husband had a heart attack right after breakfast, died 2 times, shook 4 times, and lived to tell it. But he's great now. I can't make them anymore. I don't know what she made.
What did you make?
I it jumped, so I missed a lot of comments. Sorry, guys. It just jumped again. It keeps jumping. I'm trying to go
There's
back.
a lot of people probably giving their comments and stuff because I like knowing what other people do and how they cook and how they make things, and because I'm so willing to go in the kitchen and try it.
And Stoner put, it's definitely a downside to good food, Chris. So I recently started eating some more plant-based items in my diet for this reason. We probably should get used to plant stuff, because here pretty soon you're not going to be able to afford to go to the fucking grocery store.
You're going to have to know what you could go out in your yard and pick.
Yeah, there's a video. I don't remember who sent it to me. I think it was Squirrel sent me a video of this lady that went out in her backyard and was showing people what you can eat in your backyard. I think it was Squirrel that sent it to me.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
But ask her, and maybe if it was Squirrel, ask her, and maybe she'll send it to you. I'll post it on my community tab. Send it to me if it was you, Squirrel, again, if you have it. and I'll post it on my community tab tonight.
Because
And it's
you know,
different things
getting
in your
hard.
different things in your yard that you can eat.
And I was really surprised because, and I think it might have been Squirrel who said this too, but there's such thing as dandelion jelly.
Yeah, that was last time we were on here.
I believe
Ashley
it was
put-
Squirrel, but I wouldn't
Yeah, I'm
swear
pretty
to,
sure it
but
was
I'd
too.
love to try it.
Ashley put, you all can go to Danny's, but the couch is mine. Well, you and Mom will get a couch because Mom sleeps on one of the couches.
We have 3.
We have 4 couches.
Oh, we do. We have 4. 4 couches. We have 1 in Danny's room, 1 in the dining room, and 2 in the front room.
And we have an extra bed in one of the
Extra
bedrooms.
bed, yeah.
So, you all can do. Stoner put, I'll fight you, Ashley. Well, there's 6 beds in this house, so you wouldn't have to fight unless there's a lot of people.
And I think over at the shop, we have a couple over there too, and we also have a trailer here, you guys,
Yeah,
that has furniture in it too. So
yeah. There's plenty of room if people want to
there's
come
lots
over.
of room.
I got you all devised a recipe for you all. Okay, that'd be awesome. Let us know when you put it up, and we'll try it.
Absolutely, I will try it. I'm game to try new stuff. I like it. You know, I
Crystal
told
put, I love to bake, hate to clean the mess.
ain't that the truth? I don't mind the cooking and everything, but I'll tell you what, I get so tired of doing dishes.
Oh, Stoner put, we can all be dead burned. This is Johnny Gobble, just in case
I
you didn't
kind of
know.
thought I had to. I was thinking Johnny. I was absolutely thinking Johnny there.
And then he said he's drunk, laughing out loud.
Oh, that's cool.
I enjoy. Well, that just went poof.
Everybody does something, you guys. None of us are perfect.
I got to go back and figure out where I was.
You know, my bad habits are my coffee and I smoke.
Smiley said, I enjoy cleaning when I get paid for it.
And when does that happen, Smiley?
And then Squirrel put, be right back. Need more chicken. I never
We
buy.
had chicken nuggets tonight.
Smiley put, I never buy sauce in the bottle. It's always way more expensive. Plus, it tastes so much better homemade.
I'm willing to try it. So you sit down and if you'd like to share it. Now, if you don't want to share it, I'm okay with that too. But if you'd like to share it, I will try it. I guarantee I'll try it.
And then Lisa put, maybe we need a special cooking channel. I love veggies, but with hurt and fish and be fine.
Is that spices?
I don't know. I got plenty of squirrel and rabbit around here. That's what Squirrel said. I've always heard rabbit is good. Rabbit is very good.
Rabbit is good.
Very, very
I
good.
didn't really care for squirrel.
Alligator? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I tried
That-
alligator and didn't like it.
It's awesome. If you've never tried alligator, try it, guys. It's freaking awesome.
It's worth trying, yeah, I'll tell
Oh
you
my
that.
gosh, it's
because
good.
You'll never know. Now, I didn't like that. But rabbit is the bomb. Rabbit's also got a salty taste to it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I liked it so much. You know, now I've tried bear and I've tried horse meat. And I'm going to tell you what,
Them
you
are
guys,
both gross.
when I tried horse meat, I was young, I was a teenager. Oh my gosh, you guys, I loved it. Now let me tell you. I sat there and I gorged. And we're not supposed to do that, but I did. I gorged. When I was younger, I weighed 135 pounds. I was a lot bigger than what I am now. And I gorged. And I mean, I ate a lot of it. Till when I was done and my uncle said that was horse meat. You guys, I was sick for a week.
Smiley put,
But what was bad is I loved it, but I was sick when I found out what it was.
Smiley put, food is so expensive, why I shop at Sam's and why I am the coupon queen. And then Crystal put, I'm getting ready to do the garden. I got a strawberry patch that is huge. And then Squirrel put, we have a short drive to get wild boar and huge bass Well, we'll be okay.
Is wild boar good, you guys? Is
It's
it
like a
just,
pig, ain't it?
I know it, but
I
I've
mean,
never had wild boar.
I would think it would be just like pig.
So is it like pig? I mean, I don't know. That I'm asking a question.
And
because
Squirrel
I
said
don't
the
know.
dandelion jelly wasn't her, but the person that did the grass thing was her. And she'll resend it to me so I can post it for everybody.
Okay.
They just jumped again, guys. I'm just gonna go to the bottom.
Now, and we were talking about how expensive it is, to go to stores and stuff, and ways to buy things and things like that. Guys, don't forget about the food pantries out there.
It's got to be cooked the right way, alligator, or you're not gonna like it. Like it's a little bit harder meat, and
I did not care for it.
I imagine if it's not cooked just right, it's not gonna be good.
Now, I did try octopus one time.
Yeah, that's gross too.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that was disgusting. I mean, it was not good at all. I mean, I'm just telling you.
Smiley says she has a small cleaning business.
I have tried.
That's why she gets paid to clean.
Oh, okay. Okay. I used to do that when I was younger. I would go in and clean people's homes and stuff, and I'll tell you what, I got paid good.
And then
But you have to be very trustworthy to be able to do that.
Squirrel said, as soon as I can get a good phone stand, I'm going to start doing cooking vids.
Oh,
Let us know, Squirrel.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And Squirrel said Gator is amazing. Yeah, I liked it. But I imagine, like I said, it has to be cooked a certain way. Or it would be really bad.
I didn't. Now, and I tried snake one time too, and I didn't like it.
Lisa said, Mom, sorry, you're not eating my horses.
It's really sad because I loved it. It was absolutely good. It wasn't that they just went out and killed the horse, you guys. It wasn't anything like that. The horse had passed away. And so they just butchered it up like they do overseas, My uncle was in the war and stuff, so he just butchered it up and brought it over and didn't tell us what it was until after we were done. And like I said, I loved it. And then I was sick for a week.
Stoner said wild boar is delicious. Tastes more natural. So it's like a pig, but it tastes better.
Oh, I've never had it.
Me either.
Can you buy it in a store anywhere?
No.
You can't buy wild boar?
No.
You have to go out and catch them babies?
Yeah, probably. Cause
those buddies are mean. And we got quite a few of them here in Missouri, and them wild boars are mean.
I mean, in all reality, Smile, I hate to say it, but every animal was put here to eat. Even dogs and cats. We made them domestic animals.
We did.
To be honest, they're here for us to eat. We made them animals that we don't eat, like horses and dogs and cats, baby deer. Like we made those animals domestic animals.
You guys, I remember when I went to school, they had chocolate covered grasshoppers, chocolate covered ants, chocolate covered roaches. Do you guys remember that? If you're around my age, I'm in my 60s. But they had stuff like that, and they were considered delicatessens overseas and stuff. So
I'm not a seafood guy. Give me some beer battered cod. I'm good, but that's about it. And fish sticks. Like I can eat most seafood.
I love fish sticks.
I love seafood, like catfish.
Oh
my gosh.
Tilapia.
Freaking.
Bluegill.
Bluegill, yeah.
Yeah.
I can eat fish.
Trout.
Yeah, I can eat fish all day.
Yeah, I could too.
Home fresh fish.
Oh yeah. And the thing is, you can boil it, you can bake it, you can do it on a grill, you can fry it. There's a lot of different ways to make it. So, and then if you add different seasonings, which makes your food It can taste different every time.
Yeah, I just seen that before I got on here, Ashley. That gal posted something about Johnny's wife. I seen that before I got on here.
And the one thing that I did want to say...
I guess Stoner said my wife shot one, got like a 200-pound boar.
Wow, I bet you guys ate good for a while. Is the ham on them just as good as a normal ham? I mean, I've never had it, so
I've never had boar either, but does it taste like a pig or not? Somebody probably already commented, but the chat keeps jumping, so I'm missing people's comments.
You know, you'd think with it being a wild boar, that it might be tougher meat and stuff. I mean, my brain is thinking this, but I've never had it. But my brain is thinking they eat differently. They don't eat the grains like on a farm.
Wild boar is like deer. You have to know how to make it good. We hurt all of them here in Louisiana.
I don't like
I think
deer.
that's hunt. But deer's good if you put it in Andy seasoning.
I like it deep fried.
Yeah, deer should be deep fried in Andy seasoning.
Yes, in Andy seasoning. But as far as eating deer any other way, ain't happening. Don't look at me. It just ain't gonna happen. I don't know. I'm sitting here thinking, we talked a little bit about everything.
I like deer if it's done right. Like it, I've had deer from other people and it's gross. It's like, what the fuck is this? Like my mom done it in Andy seasoning and Bobby did it in.
He had his own special seasoning.
It's Andy seasoning, but he'd mix his own stuff in with the Andy seasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only two people I ever ate deer meat. Like anybody else that's cooked it is like, it's just, I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea.
And when I would make the...
How's it going, Twisted?
When I would make the deer meat, oh my gosh, the boys, I couldn't even keep it on the plate. Because as soon as I would take it out of because you deep fry it, as soon as I would take it out, the boys would eat it. You know? And with deer meat, for some reason, it has to have tenderizer. Because it's tough. And I think it's because of the way they eat out in the woods.
Yeah,
it's not like farm animals, because they're eating berries and whatever they can find out in the woods. So their meat is kind of, it's tougher.
Stoner put, it definitely tastes like pig, but a lot leaner, like folks have said. So cleaner, tastes less fat, and when cooked properly, it's absolutely delicious.
I'd like to try it.
I kind of want to try boar too, but I
don't know where you could ever get it.
I don't think you can get them around here. I've never heard of it.
We have them here.
I just never heard of anybody selling boar around here.
But I've never heard of anybody selling it, yeah. But we have a lot of them out in the woods and stuff. But as far as anybody selling the meat or anything, I've never heard of that here.
Lisa put, Mom, you would eat my deer and think it was cow.
Really?
I guess they feed them a lot.
Wow.
That just jumped.
Interesting.
Okay, hold on.
Well, you know, when you get something wild, you guys, it is tougher.
She said, Swirl said, just soak wild game in buttermilk. It takes the wildness out of it.
Really? Wow, I learned something new. So deer meat too, if you put it in buttermilk, it takes the wild taste out of it and the toughness.
Using Venice.
Because I'll try it next time and see. We might like it.
He put, using Venice and Hamburger Helper will change your life.
Yeah, but it's deer meat.
But if you cook it, I don't know, maybe if you put it in buttermilk.
Does it give it a different flavor or something? I don't know. Come on,
Squirrel said elk.
Give me some ideas here.
Elk is my favorite wild game. then mule, deer. I'm not much for whitetail. Like I don't think I've ever had elk or mule. I don't remember ever eating elk or
I've never
mule.
had mule.
I don't remember ever eating either
I
one
don't
of those.
think I want to eat an ass. And I've never, and I'm thinking, I've never had an elk myself. Never tried that. But I have tried some exotic things that you would never think that you would eat.
This
you know,
thing keeps
that come out of
jumping.
the ocean and stuff.
I know I'm missing some of you guys' comments. I'm sorry. It keeps jumping.
So I made a lot of exotic stuff. And like I said, as a kid, I ate chocolate-covered grasshoppers, ants, cockroaches. I mean, y'all do eat when you go to school and stuff, and they come up with something new. Or remember the suckers they came out with that had spiders in them?
Yeah, those.
Do you guys remember them?
We had those.
Ugh. Now that I wouldn't try. Because I don't like spiders, but they were on the market for a while. You know, and I'm like, what is that? I thought it was just a design in the sucker. No, it was spiders. And I'm like, I ain't eating that.
Stoner said he hasn't ever tried elk either.
Yeah, I haven't tried elk.
And Squirrel put, yeah, soak it overnight. That's what my aunts always did.
I will try that the next time Danny and I get deer meat. I will have him get some buttermilk and we'll soak it overnight and see if we like it better. So I will try that because we really don't care for deer meat here. But I'll try it. I won't sit and tell you that I won't try it, but we haven't gotten any in a while.
Like our cows before, they go to the sad place. Before they go to the sad place, we grain for at least a month to make them taste better.
You know, my aunt and my uncle were farmers. Ed and Linda was my dad's sister and her husband, and they did too before they ever sent them off to, they grained them too.
This is why she said it. She said, whitetails are in the field eating hay with my horses, especially in the winter, laughing out loud.
You know, isn't that kind of odd that they would be in there with your horses? Because wouldn't they buck and stuff?
They get used to each other. White-tailed deer are browsers. They all kinds of stuff like acorns, bushes, make the meat more gamey.
Yeah, it's like gritty, tough. It's got a certain taste to it that I just never acquired a taste for. So.
You going to bed?
Yeah.
Come over and say hi to everybody real quick.
What?
Come over and say hi to everybody real quick.
Okay. Hi. Good night.
Good night. Love you.
Love you. Good night. Good night. Love you.
I gotta figure out where I'm at again.
I'm stealing. We were talking about deer.
Yeah, but it keeps jumping.
Buttermilk. I will try that. We'll have to try that.
Lisa also put wild game cut up in a cooler on ice. Keep draining for a couple days with wild taste is gone. Cook and prepare with spice or have it processed. We don't do our own, but just like cow, but better for you.
Huh. Wow, you're never too old to learn. I learn something new every day, you guys.
Josh put, you guys are making me want to go buy a ribeye and cook it. I think I'll do that tomorrow. Who's the butcher? No, he gets the meat from hunters. I just jumped again. Keeps jumping.
Well, sometimes, and I know Danny talks about the food pantries and stuff, every once in a while they give deer meat, but they haven't gave out no deer meat.
Well,
but we haven't been going.
It's not in the summer either.
You know,
they'll start giving it out here pretty soon because
you
people
know,
will start deer hunting again.
I will try the ice thing and I will try the buttermilk. I'll try them both and see how that does. We may like it that way. So I will try that.
Ashley put something about dipshit Gobble. Gobble is trying to say someone called child services on him and he is the victim. He don't know why people are mad at him. Well, it's because he's a piece of shit. But anyways, and then Ashley, Twisted, Joshua, and a couple other people said bye to Brianna. How one's IQ drops that much, the world may never know.
Johnny Gobble must be something else.
That's great. That's great how one's IQ drops that much, one will never know.
Guys, that wasn't very
It was
nice.
funny. I thought it was funny.
It's funny, but it wasn't very nice, you know. Treat others the way you'd like to be treated.
Yeah, fuck him.
That's still my philosophy. I like to treat others the way I'd like to be treated.
I'd like to smack him in his fucking face.
Well, some people, I don't know. Some people,
That was the video that Gail shared today. I didn't know Gail made a video today.
what's about IQ?
No, Gail was Ryan Upchurch's aunt.
Oh.
Oh, Ashley Gobble will be his own demise. The craziness is so profound. The illusions are real, real to them. How does one combat that? I haven't been on
That's
all
a
day,
good
so I hadn't
question.
seen it.
But that's a real good
Started
question.
put, oh, you're so
Ashley.
sweet, Mom, laughing out loud. I'm a terrible person. And we all don't, none of us.
No.
We
I'm
all
not
don't
putting you
like
down,
Johnny.
sweetie. Danny and I's philosophy together is it's okay for all of us to talk about what we want to talk about.
Yep.
It's okay
Your opinion is your
to
opinion.
agree to disagree and still be friends.
Yep.
That's what Danny and I both believe.
I think that's why
You're
people.
entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine.
I think that's why a lot of people like coming to my channel is because I'll let you say what you want unless you become stupid about it. Then it's different.
But it's okay for all of us to agree to disagree, you guys, and still be friends because we're not all going to think on each other's level. We're different people. But it doesn't mean you can't be friends with somebody just because they don't agree with what you say.
Yep.
You know, it's okay. You know, go on. It's okay. Agree to disagree and go on. You know? Keep your friends.
He's just, I think he was just playing.
I know he
Actually
was.
put Gobble.
Joking around, but I'm
Gobble
just
is
telling
like-
you where I'm coming from.
Gobble is like the owl with the sucker. How many licks does it take to get to the center?
I'm a Tootsie Roll Pop.
Well, in his case,
One, two.
in his case, he's trying to find his brain.
Okay, well, you see, and remember the little owl that would go 1, 2, so you know for Gobble, 1, 2. That's how many it
If
takes.
we're trying to find his brain, you gotta get to like 1 billion before you even find just a tiny piece of it. But anyways, just in case everyone didn't know, Rapta and Felicia, who were with Ryan for years, that Patty ran off, returned to Ghost Ranch to live this week. It's awesome. They did a live this week. Is that what you're saying? Like, I don't know who either one of those people are, so I guess I don't
Are they
remember them.
sisters or
No,
something
they're
of a
friends.
church?
No, they're
Oh,
friends. I know of them, but I don't know them, if that makes sense. I know who they are, but I don't know who they are. Now I will never want to lick a sucker ever again. Thanks, Ashley.
There you go. Because it only takes 2 bites like the little owl shows you. If you're old enough to remember the commercial with the little owl and he says, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? And the owl licks and then he bites. He says 2. So I just had to put that in there. I shouldn't have said it, but I did. I mean, you
Well,
know.
that's awesome, Lisa. Like, they have a channel? Like, them two have a channel? We're glad to have you here, Stoner.
Absolutely, I enjoy.
He's like, haha, I'm glad I turned into this live.
I just, I enjoy everybody's comments, everybody's thoughts, everybody's ideas, everybody sharing. You know, we're all only human, and if we can sit and talk about anything and everything.
Okay, I'll write it down because you said they're going to go live with him.
You know, anything and everything, you know, that you want to talk about. And it's cool to do that. I'm not saying that all of us are going to agree with you, but you agree to disagree and go on and still be friends and quit this nitpicking fighting. I mean, it's stupid.
I like to fight, though. It's fun.
It's stupid.
That's what makes my channel, so.
Yeah, and it does, you know.
But the thing with my channel, and a lot of people don't get, is I'm not on one thing. Like I do, if you watch my channel, there's something for everybody. Where most channels, it's just one thing for everybody. Like you got to come there. If you don't like the one thing the person's talking about, then you're just going to leave their channel and go somewhere else.
Right.
My channel,
find what you want to watch.
My channel, there's something on here you're going to want to watch because I'm always doing different stuff all the time.
We talk about a
it's
lot
never
of different things.
It's never the same thing. That just gets boring.
I don't get on too often, but when I do, sometimes my mouth just goes and goes and goes and goes. And if you guys don't want to hear something I'm saying, just say, hey, I don't want to hear that. I'm cool with it.
They all love you.
You know?
How's it going, Will?
I love hearing everybody's ideas. I love hearing things on cooking. Share it if you want to. I mean, I will try it. So if you know ways for all of us to save money or something like that, you know, put it out there. Let us all know.
Twisted put, oh heck, we're all mostly women. So yeah, we are never on one subject.
I bump around so much, and you guys know because you've watched me. I bump around to everything, you know. Like I said, when I was sitting in the front room today and I was asking my spirit guides and my guardian angels to keep evil away from me and to surround me, you know, and then all of a sudden I see a black ghost. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's daylight, you know, you're active today. But it could have very well have been my main guardian angel coming to watch over me. It could have been what it was.
Will said something about the moon.
So, it's not a full moon, is it?
No, he put, why no pictures of creators of the moon? Why no tech found of we went to the moon? Okay. I'm not really sure.
I'm not understanding.
Mom, has your ghost came back? I forgot to ask.
Today.
Yeah, she was talking about it earlier. Did you miss that part, Ashley? And she just talked about it just now.
Yeah. I think it was...
Should I delete some of my videos? Never delete your videos, Joshua. When you start deleting your videos, then it shows that you're scared. Don't ever delete your videos.
If you're not doing anything wrong...
If you're not doing anything wrong, there's no reason to delete your videos.
Absolutely. Don't ever do it for anybody.
When you start doing that, it's because you're hiding something.
People will start saying that you are hiding stuff and you're this and you're that.
Bree came in for a little bit ago, Twisted, I think right before you came on, and said goodnight to everybody. She went to sleep. She has to get up early tomorrow because she's got to be at school by 7. So.
Does she have a class?
No, but one of her teachers is feeding
having
them all.
Breakfast.
Having a breakfast with her class in the morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
So she's feeding them all in the morning.
That's awesome.
So.
That's cool. I just...
No, I've got 62,000 videos on my YouTube channel, so you can't have too many. There's a person that has over 1 million, so... Yeah, you can't have too many.
Well, I guess you could have too many, but why delete them?
There's no limit to how many you can have.
Right, yeah. And don't delete your stuff because it's okay for you to believe in what you believe in.
He thought maybe there was a limit.
Oh.
I think's what he's saying. There's not.
Okay, yeah.
There's no limit. I have 62,000 videos on my channel.
But yeah, if you truly believe in something, don't let somebody tell you it's wrong and get rid of it. That's... Like I said, it comes back to how Danny and I are. It's okay
Johnny
to
and
agree to disagree.
Yeah, once you reach a certain point, you're a public figure. Like, I guess, in all reality, I'm considered a public figure because I have what, 26 or almost 25,000 followers. So I'm considered a public figure, even though I don't really consider myself that. So yeah, Johnny is considered a public figure in a way.
Well, I'm just me, and I'm not a public figure, but I just like talking to y'all because I learn something new every time I talk to you guys. Somebody says
All right,
something,
Ashley.
and even a couple of people
Bye.
say things.
Ashley's leaving.
Bye, Ashley.
She said she might be back if we're still on, but I don't know if we will be.
But yeah, we talk about everything, and I really, to be truthful, I don't care if people like me or not.
Yeah, NASA deletes a lot of their stuff. We'll put NASA deletes their stuff. Yes, they do. But the government, but NASA deletes NASA's stuff.
Oh yeah.
But the government wants
out there.
No, the government wants to hide history.
That's what I said. They don't want it out there.
They don't want you to know what the history on
they
anything.
They don't want you to know what's really going on. And that's the truth, because even our government hides everything from us, you guys. Everything. We hear about the bull crap and the stuff that's really important they're hiding. So yeah. I say clear them all out and let's get all new. That's my opinion.
Donner put, we enjoy your mama. And then Twisted put, yeah, oh, she's writing a squirrel, so it's not me. Hey, Danny, can I share my Tom Vex group in your group? So if people want to join, they can. In that group, you guys can share whatever you want, Justice. In the Facebook group, whatever. If you guys are part of the Facebook group, you can share whatever you want. So, yes, you can share it. It's all of our group. It's not just mine. So you share whatever you want there. To a point, like if you show something disgusting, I'm gonna delete it. But you get what I'm saying. You can share anything there. It's hard because my son loves being on camera, so I have to make videos when he is at my mom's because she doesn't want her son on the videos because he's still pretty young.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Isn't it they have to be a certain age or something?
No, you can have your kids on there as long as you're in the video with them.
Oh,
okay. They can be on it at any age, but one time I let my son go live by himself, and YouTube deleted the video because he was not of age. So as long as you're with your kid in the video until they turn like 13, I believe, maybe it's 15, then you can post their videos, but otherwise you have to be in the video with them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good thing, though, because sometimes...
Which doesn't make sense, because some of these channels, these big channels, are just videos of their kids playing with toys, and they don't get in trouble. So I guess it depends on who's got the push. Who's kissing whose ass, and who's making them money.
Yeah, true. That has a lot to do with it. Who's pushing the big bucks? And we all know that when you got money, you get out of everything.
No problem,
that
Justice.
might be how they get away with it. They have money, so they get away with it.
Yeah. Plus, they make YouTube more money. Like the bigger channels are getting their ads watched more than the little. Like my channel, like my videos on average get like 100 to 1,000 views. 100 to 1,000 views. Like the big channels are getting millions of views. Per video.
So that's what I said. It's because of the difference is their money covers it up.
Yeah.
You know, so they can pretty much do what they want because money talks, shit walks.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that.
She said a curse word. I heard it.
I did. I apologize, you guys. But that, that's how it's been since I was a little kid. I mean, money was always everything, If you had money, you got out of everything, But
It's
when it
still
comes
that
right
way.
down to it, money ain't nothing.
Money will still get you out of stuff. Look at what's going on with what's that guy that just shot somebody on the movie he was making? the fuck was that guy's name? It just recently happened. He shot the lady and killed her, and shot the guy that was behind him
Yeah,
too.
what is his name?
Yeah, the Alec Baldwin. That dude
Yeah,
got away
Alec
with
Baldwin.
that. Like, he's not getting nothing.
I thought he had to do time.
No, they let him off.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding. He got away with it. Money talks.
He's still
And they're finishing the movie.
cute.
And they're finishing the movie.
You know,
I hope that movie flops so bad that he makes nothing. California is the only exception, I believe, with their COPA laws, was forbidden anyone under 13 from being on social media.
you know, I have heard that some states are like that. That you cannot be on social media if you're 13.
That's
and
only in
under.
California. I can't stay long, but if we can see 66 trillion mics in the space through images, but why can't we see craters on the moon? Like, my son took a
That's
pic.
a good
Hold
question.
on, because that's wrong. My son, my stepson Nick, freaking took a picture with his phone of the moon, and it had a crater on it. So there are craters on the moon. Like, I seen it. I was there when he took the picture. There's craters on the moon. Like, I can for 100% say there is. Like, I was standing there when he took the picture with his phone. Like, his phone zoomed in on the moon, there was a crater there.
That's amazing. That phones are that.
His phone also cost him like
intelligent.
$2,200. He paid for it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, so
So he's probably got a microscope and everything.
yeah,
else
it's
on the
crazy.
moon,
That
so
phone can
yeah.
zoom in on the moon.
Yeah. That is crazy. But that's cool. I mean, you know, you get to see something.
If it
you
wasn't a
wouldn't
rich
normally
person,
see.
normal people would be in prison. Exactly, Justice.
Yep.
Yep. If I did what he did, I'd be in prison the rest of my life.
I would too.
He got to walk away with nothing.
Nothing.
And he should have got murder and attempted murder, because the bullet went through and hit the guy behind her too. So that's what he should have got.
And I know it was an accident, but it still happened, you guys. How many times, you know, do you see accidents happen all the time and these people get life?
Yep.
And it was an accident, and we all know that it was an accident, but that person still gets life. I mean, come on, fair is fair. I don't understand.
Why can't Hubble zoom in on a grain of rice on the moon? It can, they just don't. Like, literally, my son did this from a phone, standing here on the Earth, and his phone zoomed in on this crater on the moon. So we could zoom in on the moon, they just don't want you to know they could zoom in on the moon. The government's always hiding shit from people. Always.
Absolutely. Everything is hidden from us.
Like, my phone can't zoom in on the car outside.
Not either.
His phone can zoom in on the moon. So, yeah.
It's just, what kind of intelligence do you have on your phone, and how far do you want to take it? And Nick's intelligent anyway.
Like,
So,
I'd have to
I
have.
mean, he could have added more things to his own
I'll have
phone.
to ask him to send some pictures so I can put them on my community tab for you guys. But yeah, the pictures were amazing, and I watched him do it, so I know it wasn't like he didn't make it up and just take a picture off the internet. No, I seen him zoom in on it on his phone, and yeah, so.
I mean, you can do a lot of things yourself, too, you guys. You'll see things all the time that the government doesn't want you to see, and it's right in front of your face. And for the most part, a lot of us overlook it. The stuff that's right in front of our face, oh, that ain't happening, and then you go on, and
that shit happens
it's
all the
really
time.
happening.
Squirrel, that shit's happening all the time. It says Dad Challenge Podcast has a lot of good information on children and being on the internet, and their parents using them for money on social media. Exactly, it's happening all the time. Like, I can't remember the kid, but there was I think he's like a Chinese kid or maybe a Japanese kid, and it's one of the biggest YouTube channels, and all the kid does is play with toys, and it's, every day they put a video out of their son playing with toys, and the son ain't getting no money from that. The parents are, because he's only he's like probably 8 or 9 now, but he was like 4 or 5 when they started. And
people do that. And I guess if you can
Ryan's review, that's it. Smiley put it. Ryan's review. Yeah. That channel aggravates me. Because I get it, kids want to play with toys, but kids don't want to be forced to play with toys. Once you force them to play with toys, eventually they're going to get sick of it. When I was a kid, if I wanted to play with something, I'd go play with it. But if you told me I had to go play with it, I don't want to play with that toy.
Here's the thing, what we told our boys, your time's up on the computer, or your time's up on the satellite, or whatever, then they want to play with it more.
Yeah.
You know, when you tell them their time's up, because we gave our kids limits for the satellite, because I had the big, huge dish out in my yard, and the computer, we gave each of them limits, you know, of what they could do, you know, and how long they could
but
be open.
when we were kids, we wanted to be outside. Kids nowadays don't even want to go out of the room.
Yeah. It's really a big difference.
I don't know what Lisa's talking about, but she put, yes, y'all, the young man won money at a casino, and friends of many years killed him, and on the run in our small town with every major police enforcement out looking, and everyone locked and loaded crazy. Did I miss?
She's talking about Alec Baldwin
Alec.
getting away.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Getting away with murder, and they're out looking for this kid. Yeah.
I don't think that's what she's talking about. There was nobody got away. That's not what she's talking about. She'll have to explain.
Oh, okay.
Do you mind I ask what state? And I'm very sorry, hon. Okay, she's talking to Lisa. Oh, good job. Okay, I posted in the group. You can, any of you guys who are in my Facebook group, if you want to post a picture, a video, some place you want people to check out, anything you want to post there, you guys can post there.
And I know Ashley got off, but I'm going to tell all you guys, and you too, Ashley, you might come back later and look and said, we haven't had no spoon capers in a while. There has been no extra spoons in the sink, so I don't know what's going on, because we've had lots of leftovers, so the ghost has not been eating. So you had asked me about ghosts and everything, and I did want to bring that up, that we haven't had no extra silverware.
Are you getting uncomfortable?
Yes, I am.
You ready to end the live?
Yeah, my back hurts.
We've already been on it for 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Oh, wow.
All right, guys, we're going to end the live here. I'm going to do my treadmill live in about 10 minutes. If you guys want to come over to that, you can. But this live is going to be up in like 2 minutes.
You guys, I really enjoyed talking to you today. I'm sorry that I didn't get on when I said I would. You know, I have good days and bad days. Just overlook me sometimes. Remember to treat each other the way you'd like to be treated. But also remember, you guys, when you're right, stand your ground. Don't let anybody tell you you're wrong. If you believe in your heart that you're right, stand your ground on everything. And I enjoyed talking to you guys. We talked about a lot of different things today. We jumped around, and it was actually very interesting, and I learned a lot from you guys today. So I'm willing to try your recipes, and like Danny said, I will put my cornbread one on.
We'll try to do that this week.
We'll try to do it one day this week. So I will do that, and it's a simple recipe. but it's Southern style. It's my style. It's the way I made it for my kids and my ex-husband, and they loved it. So I'm gonna share it with you guys.
All right, guys. So in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'll be on my treadmill live. If you guys want to jump over there.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Love you guys. Be blessed. Have a great week.
Bye, guys.